Okay, this is looking pretty good. Got a lot of detail in there, and some of it goes beyond what's covered in the module. Um, there's a few issues. One is the way you build the feet. You'll notice if I just isolate selected that um, you've got these weird triangle faces on top, and you don't have kind of the rounded. The shape is not quite right. And if you watch the module, I actually built that out of a cube, um, where I believe I started with beveling these four edges. One, two, whoops, one. Oh, I think I have symmetry on. That's why it's acting funny. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then, whoops. Bevel, Control B, and then increase the fraction there, maybe to like that, increase the segments, and then I grab the edges along the top, deselect the ones along the side, holding down the Control key. Oops, messed that up. Hold down the Control key, there we go. So now I just have the ones on the top. Again, Control B, and then adjust the fraction and the segments. That's a bit too tall, but get the idea. Just deselect these, move these up. So take a look at this foot, and then compare it to yours. And you see you've got that kind of more rounded front, but it's more like the source image, basically. This is built differently, but it's interesting and it's not bad. I think it kind of works. I think maybe these ridges are too kind of hard and distinct compared to the more just kind of a ripple nature. So what I would say generally with this and then the next chair assignment is, try building it the way I demonstrate first, and then if you have your own way, that's okay too. But I'm trying to teach something with each of the ways I'm demonstrating. Yeah, here I might have add some divisions to the bevel to make that more rounded. For this one, I would avoid beveling the inside edges like this one here and that one there, because that gives you a bunch of extra edges you don't need. So you can actually back out of this by going into the attribute editor, and here's all your history here. So I could, for example, select this bevel, click select, and then delete, and you can see it removes that bevel. And then the edges you should select are this one, that. See, I'm not selecting these two. And I can select these. Oops. This one, and that one, and that one. See, I don't do these inside edges. And then Control B for bevel, decrease the fraction, round it more. And it looks about the same, it's just you don't have these extra edges, which sometimes, in this case, didn't make a big difference, sometimes create weird shapes. This one has no history, so I'm not exactly sure how you did it, but I think you'd want to bevel these and have more subdivisions. That's interesting. It looks like you did a Boolean subtract, which is okay. I don't really like the kind of surfaces it makes, because it makes a lot of, well, basically, faces that aren't quads. They have, different numbers of edges. And this also you built differently. But I like that, on the one hand, I like that you went and add a lot of extra detail that wasn't covered. And the other hand, it's good to do it the way I do it so you can see what I'm trying to teach first. Also, looks like you combined this. Let's see if mesh separate works. Yeah, so what I would say is the only time you combine objects is when they're going to form one seamless surface. But in this situation, there's really not a good reason to combine it. And if later you wanted to do something like UV map it and texture it, combining it just causes extra trouble. This one has way too many extra edges beveled. You've got all these extra bits, and that's kind of, I mean, you're seeing the problem here. It has this kind of faceted look to it, which it wouldn't have if you didn't do that. Oh, you also did a smooth, it looks like. And is that a boolean? Let's get rid of this. And I don't even know what that was doing. Oh, what happened to the other history? Oh, okay, I don't, oh no, I have some history here. Let's see if we can get rid of the smooth. Select and delete. I didn't see that really do anything. Select, delete. I didn't see that really do anything. Oh, but we got rid of the rest of the history. And it doesn't. This doesn't always work. Getting rid of these steps. It does sometimes. I got rid of that one, but you have all this inside stuff. So basically, just like I did with this one up here, you want to only bevel the edges that need to be beveled and not all these inside ones because you got all these crazy extra edges there. Yeah, so there's a lot of little things you could fix and improve. On the one hand, I like that you went above and beyond, but on the other hand, you should follow the methods in the module first, and then kind of go off and do things on your own way afterwards, because I'm trying to demonstrate specific things with that for specific reasons. It's not just to make a robot, the purpose is to teach specific methods.